Hi Leo, I hope you're doing amazing. Welcome to a quick next 48-hour tarot reading for you. Do keep in mind this is general, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But remember, it's meant to pertain to the following 48-hour period for you, beginning around when you're guided or drawn to this video, not just following when I post it. But I more than appreciate the likes, the comments, and of course the subscriptions. Obviously, join this Leo tribe if you haven't done so already. I hope that came off the right way. Anyways, we're going to begin and pull from the Sacred Light Oracle deck and see what we get for us. Let's do some shuffling. Staying focused, I feel a very busy vibe about you, but it's a little sense of confusion wrapped up in it all, right? When it comes to your mindset, what you're trying to figure out for oneself, wanting to acquire more, switch things up, seeing things growing for oneself, but then feeling like, okay, that's good, that's great. This even feels like a long time coming for some, but I need this to be figured out, okay? It's like you're trying to get a better sense, wrap your head around what you actually will enjoy the best, what will be most lucrative for oneself, what will bring you your desires. Interesting. Keep in mind, like I've been saying in your recent readings, you are manifesting very easily these days, okay? But this is how people are viewing you. Interesting, because, yeah, actually I won't mention that, but the Light Body card, and I do feel as if there's a very royal way about the way people are viewing you, a high honored way of being seen, okay? Even viewing oneself in this way, and that's why you're setting the tone, okay? That's how you're setting the tone, rather. But this speaks upon independence, bringing you comfort, and so this naturally gives me very Nine of Pentacles vibes. You can hear the way I'm conveying your messages, and I think I have to redo the daily read, given it came off quite robotic. And as I'm doing your reading, I'm feeling like I'm, to an extent, kind of shouting, but feeling very bold in the conveying of the messages, okay? But purple coming into play, the color purple, a very royal, spiritual color, okay? And that's speaking upon your overall vibe and nature, way of being in the next 48 and even surrounding it. But past restrictions, taking a focus in one's mind, heart, and soul in order to keep things in perspective for you, in order to help you even realize something new, okay? I don't know if you can read this. Anyways, this also talks about ancestral healing. So I do feel like Spirit's saying there's certain levels of patterns that need to be removed from your situation, in the midst of all of which there's levels of healing taking place. Interesting. Some of which this is wrapped up into your decision-making process, okay? Now you could find that there's reuniting with certain specific people or one specific person. You could be thinking back to more so a reunion with somebody or multiple people from the past. What did that teach you about change, about what you desire, about how things are progressing? Very, very interesting. And if it's more so within the next 48, connect that thought process, those questions to that current day situation. But anyways, order from chaos. I do feel like there's certain levels of chaos in as far as energy goes, as far as other people around you, or at a slight distance from you, right? Wrapped up in a situation potentially. And Spirit's saying, take a deep breath. You can't control other people. You can't control a situation. This may remind you why you desire change. But we're going to just move right along to the tarot. Don't be surprised if the next 48 highlights what frustrates you, what feels out of your control once again, and just sparks a level of judgment within oneself for your surroundings, okay? What you cross paths with even. Naturally, I was drawn to this deck because it is coinciding with the color scheme of that card. What do we have for Leo to continue? Stay focused on you, okay? Naturally, going with what I was just saying, you can't control other factors around you to that extent, right? Or you shouldn't be at this time, to say the very least. And so it just pushes you to regain a level of focus on oneself and what can be improved upon and watered at this time, okay? I would say in moments of annoyance, in moments of true judgment, uh, realign your focus towards self-care for oneself. It's going to benefit you greatly, make you feel good, and just take you away from what you shouldn't be / can't control at this time. Anyways, the Four of Cups and the Lovers. Stay in comfort is what I'm hearing. Stay in comfort. What you know won't work, won't work. Okay, what you know isn't meant for you in the long run intuitively, you cannot fight that feeling. You can forget it for a hot second, but Spirit will push you back to remembering this. And you're going to delay the inevitable, excuse me. You need to recognize that you're not meant to be in a situation or multiple where the intensity makes you nervous. Does that not strip away your comfort? Okay. Now that could go for work. That could be more so at home. It could be both. It could be a connection, apply it to your situation. But it almost feels like Spirit's getting a bit feisty at certain points in the next 48, trying to remind you of what you already know, what you already see, or just what's at hand for you, okay, the reality of what you're dealing with. Because I do feel as if there's a need to make a decision, okay? When you know, again, what's not meant for you, what else do we need to acquire? What are we trying to manifest then, okay? Squeaky thoughts is what I just heard. I have no idea what that's supposed to come through as or what it's supposed to mean. But it just feels like as well, in the midst of being a little bit annoyed at certain points, in the midst of just trying to feel the inner peace, be present with oneself, right? Interesting wording. You may feel a little bit defensive, okay? This might be in regards to a feisty spirit or two, somebody that you're connected to. The vibe in a situation may bring this out in you. Tied into, once again, the judgmental way of being. Just keep it down is what I heard. But I feel like it reminds you why your future is different from your present day situation, okay? But you're loved is now what I'm getting. You're loved. Now, at times when a feisty spirit communicates with you, just recognize it's out of love. There could be also messing with, and that's not stemming from a feeling of love. But anyways, I do feel like any social media posts, a lot of love flows towards you, okay, in regards to that. Any work you produce for people, for your business, or for your job, a lot of gratitude, a lot of appreciation, again, being viewed in a very royal light. But it just feels like as well, people respect your vulnerability, if I could speak. Speaking may not feel super easy, but it just flows either way with stumbles along as you try to get it out, okay? But I just feel like you have to say what you need to say or what Spirit feels needs to come out in that moment. Period. Okay, whether it's used or not, whether it's fully absorbed or not, everything's happening for a reason, and you need to remember this. We have the King of Cups. Okay, so I do feel the need to show these together because if you look closely at her eyes, there is a bit of an emotional vibe about it. Okay, and then the King of Cups can speak upon a confident way of being, but some emotion wrapped up into your overall way of being. People can sense what you're going through. It reminds me of a comment recently in regards to a bit of a sad note to my Leo readings recently, and I didn't really fully notice that, but yeah, I go through it, okay, on more than one level, but I sense that you have too, even if it's not fully or at all in this time period for you, it's as if Spirit's reminding you you still have a lot of healing to do, okay? Nobody should be expecting you to be in tip-top emotional shape, but you do keep it together pretty damn well, okay? You're only one person. Keep that in mind and on more than one level. Feeling as if you almost expect oneself to conquer the world, to have the busiest schedule around, right? But Spirit's saying you're literally one person, okay? Just breathe. Just recognize that there needs to be balance once again. We can't have you burning yourself out along your quest to just make all the money in the world, right? To see oneself living a comfortable life, to make sure that you're ahead of the game, okay? What else we have for Leo? Oh, I can't believe I just stopped speaking. I feel like I haven't since we began this reading. 940, look up that angel number meaning. 940. Page of Cups. Yeah, tying into the Four of Cups and the Lovers, you need to know when something's not enough, okay? You need to know when something's not right for you. but I do feel like some people are viewing you in a very mature, experienced light, and or just a very innocent, playful light, right? Some people are viewing you as both, but some people are viewing you as one or the other. It just varies from case to case in regards to how they're viewing you or what content they're watching, what conversations or conversation you guys just had. Does that make sense? And I truly feel like it's the next 48 where you're simply putting in the work when you have to, even if you're not in the mood. Okay? People will respect you either way, and it's okay to take a break. Remember that. It's okay to take a break. I do feel like you're a bit hard on oneself, even if you don't fully recognize that, from time to time or just in general. I really do feel like there's some cleaning up to do in regards to your mindset at times, right? Your approach to things potentially. But I want to say your physical reality needs a little bit of tidying up or just some maintaining. And that will help you with your mindset to clearly figure out once again, what do I want? What do I need? How do I go about doing what I have to do and not burn myself out, right? When does this situation come to an end so I can make room for the next, okay? What is the next going to be? But it's spirit reminding you that you, again, are a manifesting machine, so you don't need to overcomplicate the process. Let's allow for things to gradually progress as they're meant to, and just come to be how they're meant to be, okay? You'll stumble upon what you need to when the time is right, whether that's a new opportunity, the right connection for oneself, it could be both for you, a new investment. I feel like for some Leos drawn to this reading, it's all three that I just mentioned. And that's totally okay. It just feels like you are focused on what you desire, what you need at this time even, but also focused on oneself, okay? With your mind on your money and your money on your mind, a reminder in the next 48 that things are gonna pan out, okay? Again, you'll stumble upon, you'll manifest and even attract what is meant for you when the time is divinely guided, okay? And I really just feel like you're supported by the spiritual realm, even if it doesn't feel like it 24/7, even if you are spiritually messed with. So take a deep breath in the next 48 and remember, things are falling into place for you as you're viewed in a high honored royal spiritual light. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your next 48, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye, Leo.